In a community that can be raucous, Eve Homeyer exudes a sense of dignity. As Aspen's first female mayor, she is responsible for many lasting achievements, which many people take for granted. In a town where change, diversity, and sometimes weirdness are the measures of conformity, Eve is a pillar of constancy. Her life began in this house in North Platte, Nebraska. She was raised in Iowa and earned a degree from Mount Holyoke College in Massachusetts in, of all things, astronomy, because she wanted to travel around the world.
In those days there were no computers, and when you wanted to track a binary star, for example, that was all mechanical hand computations. And there were observatories in South America and in Africa, and I thought that'd be a wonderful way to see the world.
Her interest in politics came because
my father was very interested in politics, and my mother refused to let us discuss it at the dinner table. So it was just like telling your children not to put beans in their ears. It must be something very exciting.
Eve's curiosity with politics waited for 10 years while she and her husband Harry served as managers and staff at their fishing resort in Deckers, Colorado. They worked hard, yet still managed to ski a little, and after a long, hard summer, enjoy some winter vacations. Yes, folks, she really did ski at one time. After a long battle with cancer, Harry died in 1959, and Eve moved to Aspen. First, she was a ski bum at Aspen Highlands, then started her House of Ireland import shop. The political bug bit her hard during the 1960s. She was state vice chair of the Republican Party in 1968 and 69. Eve was, admittedly, an unabashed political animal.
We wanted to keep it a little bit more gracious. We wanted to keep it clean and beautiful. We wanted to make it accessible to people, but not just overwhelmingly. We were all worried about the condominiums coming in. We just knew that they were going to creep over us all and cover us with a solid mass of condominiums, you know.
She ran against the popular Joe Edwards, whom she beat by just 6 votes. Winning required a creative campaign strategy. Since she was running against an environmentalist, she decided to give up driving during the campaign, a promise that has lasted 22 years. Eve had many successes during her term of office. Her first accomplishment as mayor was saving Ruby Park from commercial development. That meant raising $88,000 in just 10 days.
I wouldn't let anybody give more than $10,000. There were 4 people who did give $10,000, loan us $10,000 at no interest. And then strangers came in and would hand me a check for $1,000 or $5,000 or whatever. That was really marvelous.
It was Eve's idea to protect Aspen's spectacular scenic views from ever being blocked by development. She hired the first community planner, took the first steps to preserve the Wheeler Opera House, saw that Aspen became a home rule charter city, and established a free transportation system by getting the 7th penny sales tax enacted. Eve also signed the first papers on the Rio Grande and Thomas properties, and bought the golf course, keeping them both as open space.
We bought 1 acre for every 10 citizens with our own money, no state or federal dollars. I'm very pleased with that. That's the only land that we don't have to kowtow to anybody about, because the city of Aspen owns it.
Facing many protests, she even kept her promise to clean up the town.
But if you had some junk that you wanted hauled off, put it out and the city trucks would come along and pick it up. But if you didn't clean it up, then we red tagged all those things. And there were some neighbors that were really, really furious with me because we red tagged their favorite lumber pile.
Eve served 2 terms as mayor from 1970 to mid-73 during some difficult years, made easier by not taking oneself so seriously. There were the usual official functions, officiating and playing at the Mayor's Cup golf tournaments, participating in Aspen Institute seminars, serving on Forest Service committees, and christening lifts. Then there were those crazy Winter School and Ski Club costume parties. Here she is with Art Langenkamp. Eve has always considered herself a feminist. During her tenure, she opened many doors for women.
There had never been a woman P&Z member until I was mayor. There had never been a woman policeman. we had never had a city attorney that was a woman. And all of those things happened while I was mayor, and I was really pleased. And then my second term, a woman was elected to the council.
So with all this success, why didn't she run for a third term?
It's very seductive to be called Madam Mayor, I have to tell you. It really is. And I had a little shop, which I was neglecting, and I did not want to see the headlines, Homeyer takes bankruptcy. So I thought I'd quit while I was ahead.
Eve continues to place herself in the political frying pan, serving on several boards, including RAFTA. Her hobbies are gardening, taking care of her plants, and enjoying her cat, named Cat.
I think it's marvelous. I never come back into this town from even a short stay that I don't have this wonderful feeling I live here. And it's all part of the fact that there isn't a lot of neon and flashing lights. You can see the countryside. It's not covered up with billboards. It's just a different feeling than coming into any other town that I know about.